Aibowan, greetings from Sri Lanka. I'm Ganga de Silva from Blue Pot Trust. The name Blue Pot Trust is synonymous with the Colombo Dog Population Management Project. I know some of you here are familiar with the Colombo Dog Population Management Project, and some of you have heard about the project. So today, during the project period, we sterilized more than 80% of the roaming female population in Colombo. So today my presentation is on implications of sterilizing 80% of female dog population. Actually, this is slightly different from what is published in the abstract. So basically, this is going to be an analysis of what has happened since we stopped the project in December 2012. This is an analysis of the 2 years post-project and a comparison actually between 2012 and 2014. So when we look at the significance of the study, we wanted to see whether we have made an impact and whether it is effective sterilizing 80% of the population. And nuisance is still a problem in Colombo because due to a large number of roaming dogs, there are some incidences happening, and we have poor animal welfare. Although there is no culling in Colombo, there is dumping. So nuisance is a problem in Colombo. And on the other hand, when we consider the global situation in rabies control, population management is going away from rabies control, and they are targeting vaccinating 70% of the population. But in poor countries like Sri Lanka with a huge dog population, it's very difficult to vaccinate 70%. So we thought of looking at this, looking at what we have done and whether it is effective. Sri Lanka is an Asian country just below India. I hope some of you have heard about this. This is where Sri Lanka is. It's a small island in the Indian Ocean, and we did our project in Colombo. Colombo is the commercial capital of Sri Lanka and is composed of 37 square kilometers. When we look at the dog population control in Colombo, we can identify 3 eras. I would like to go through these because then you will understand the background better and you will know what the problem is in Colombo. So when we look at before 2006 era, the Colombo Municipal Council had been culling dogs for more than 100 years as a measure of dog population control and rabies control. Unfortunately, they were doing this inhumanely, so there was a lot of pressure from the society to stop that. And as a result, in 2006, the president brought the no-kill policy. So up to today, no-kill policy is in effect. So in 2006, when the president introduced the no-kill policy, there was no alternative in place to control the dog population. In response to this situation, we started the Humane Dog Population Management and Rabies Management project following ICAM guidelines. And this was a collaboration between WSPA, Colombo Municipal Council, and the Blue Pot Trust. So during a project period of 5 years, we sterilized more than 80% of the female dog population in Colombo. So by the time the project ended in December 2012, we had sterilized more than 80% of the population. And at that time, the population was decreasing at a rate of 9%. When we started the project in 2007, the population was increasing at a rate of 18% without any intervention happening after the no-kill policy. So we were able to bring it down to decreasing 9%. And in December 2012, the MOU between the 3 collaborators ended. So WSPA stopped funding, and I know the WSPA staff here will agree with me. They moved away from projects to campaigns, so they have no interest in this project. And unfortunately, at the municipal council, the chief municipal vet, who was very supportive of the project, retired and a new person in that place, and he is not supportive of the project, although he claims that he is continuing the project. And when we consider the Blue Pot Trust, Colombo project, we love that project so much, it is our life, but unfortunately we don't have the power to continue the project. So although the ending of the project is not that happy, but we are happy that we did this project because this has caused a paradigm change in the country. Please refer to my poster outside so that you can see what good effect this project has caused throughout the country. So when we look at the total dog population in Colombo, when we started the project in 2012, we selected 10 sample wards and we did a count in those 10 sample wards. So according to that, in 2007 we had 799 dogs in 10 sample wards. And at that time we did a study, and according to that study the population was increasing at a rate of 18%. These are the figures if we didn't intervene. So during the project period of 2007 to 2012, we were able to confine the numbers to these. So by the time we ended the project in 2012, the number was 914. Although this is higher than this number, we were able to bring the reduction. It was decreasing at a rate of 9%. So in 2014, we looked at the total number in these 10 sample wards, and it was 771, which is a 8% reduction compared to 2012. So let's look at what has caused this reduction in Colombo. So when we consider the era after the project ended, there was no proper dog population management. Roughly, we can divide the Colombo wards into 3 categories: important wards, convenient wards, and unimportant wards. These are our categories according to best of our knowledge. Important wards are where the economic hub is. So dogs used to get disappeared. Dogs got disappeared in these wards because the authorities had a problem with the nuisance, and they thought it's better to remove them and dump them in faraway places, sometimes about 60-70 kilometers away from Colombo, because they can't kill any dog because the no-kill policy is in effect. So what they did was they caught and dumped them far away. And convenient wards are the wards in close proximity to a Blue Pot Trust and the Colombo Municipal Council's dog pound. Dog pound catches some dogs and sterilize them, and they claim they are continuing the project. On average, they have been sterilizing 35 dogs a year. And on the other hand, Blue Pot Trust catches dogs to teach students to do sterilizations, basically surgery training for students. And unimportant wards are the wards located far away from the economic hub and the dog pound, and also from Blue Pot Trust, and they are considered as left alone. When we look at the ward map, this is the economic hub roughly, and these are the faraway wards which we consider as left alone, and limited sterilizations in these wards because CMC's dog pound is located here and the Blue Pot Trust is located here. We catch dogs in nearby wards, and in red you can see the wards where the dogs got disappeared, and we did some limited sterilizations. These are the 10 original sample wards we have been monitoring right throughout from 2007. So when we look at the total dog counts in these 3 categories, in all 3 categories the dog total numbers have gone down. This by 4%, 11% and 14%. We further analyzed each category to see the effect, how it has changed. When we looked at the sterilized percentage, lactating percentage and pup percentages in all 3 categories. So the sterilized percentage is coming down in all 3 sectors, and the lactating and pup percentages are increasing in left alone and limited removal and sterilization wards. In yellow you get 2012 figures, and in orange you get 2014 figures. So sterilizations have gone down, and pups and lactating percentages have gone up in these two categories, and in limited sterilizations both pup and lactating percentages have gone down. When we look at the location of the Colombo Municipal Council compared to the other municipal councils, this is the Colombo Municipal Council area, and on this side we get the sea, and here we have a very poor area with lot of dogs, that is Colombo Municipal Council. Even during our project period there was lot of dog dumping into this area. We had lot of dumping, so left alone walls are not left alone. There are dog dumpings happening even today. And we plan to do a project in this area. And when we consider this border, Blue Pot Trust is doing a project with the Dehwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council, so this border is protected. And this border, we did a buffer zone, but I think today there may be some dog migrating from this ward to the other areas in Colombo. Although the situation is like that, let's have a look at the graphs again. The total populations have gone down, but at the same time, the sterilization percentages have also gone down. So we don't know what is causing this. And if you can see, the sterilizations which were more than 80% have come to about 60%. So we don't know whether the sterilized percentage will stabilize at this level or whether it will go further down. So, and when we compare these two sectors, in left alone sector, only 5% reduction in sterilized percentage compared to limited sterilizations. So almost no significance there. So isn't limited sterilization working? We don't know at the moment. Or else is 60% of sterilization enough to decrease the total population, or will 80% make the decrease faster? We don't know. And when we consider the pup percentages also, although the total population has decreased, pup percentages have gone up. So what is causing this? What is the relationship with the birth rate and the mortality rate? Sorry, we cannot explain at this moment. We have no answers at the moment. So looking at these figures, we have more questions than answers. So in conclusion, I can say 80% sterilization with breeding, migrating and dumping during the last 2 years was effective in reducing the total population, but however, there is reduction in sterilized percentages, and at the same time lactating percentages and the pup percentages have increased. So we don't know where the population is going, because sometimes it may take a turn and it may increase, which we don't know at the moment. So we are left with many questions, and if you want to know the answers to these questions, I think you should come to the next DPM conference. Thank you. And I would like to thank ICAM especially for sponsoring my participation in this conference, and I would like to thank the Colombo community, the Blue Pot Trust, and all those who helped us during the project period and thereafter. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Da Silva. We have time for question. Then here, can you approach to the microphone, please? To the left, yep. And remember, introduce yourself, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ganga de Silva. I am Pankaj Kesi from World Animal Protection and previously known as WSPA, as you have mentioned in the presentation. First of all, thank you for your presentation and thank you for acknowledging the partnership that WSPA had with Blueport Trust and the Municipal Council. I just wanted to take this opportunity to say that we feel privileged to have been part of that project, and it is really good to see that the project is being continued. I'm pretty sure there will be lots of the questions that you mentioned will be discussed throughout this conference. I won't go into the specific details of why we stopped funding that particular project as a World Animal Protection, but I would say this on a generic basis, that you were right to say that we changed our tactics as an organization, we changed our theory of change as an organization, and we won't be stopping funding those projects. Those kinds of projects, I should say, we will continue to fund those projects. That will be part of our much more holistic approach that we are taking now. And I would also like to shamelessly take this opportunity to say that I will go into slight details of what those theory of change looks like in my presentation at 6 o'clock tonight there. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your explanation, and we are very grateful for WSPA for funding that project. And as I said earlier, it has caused tremendous change in Sri Lanka. So we are grateful for WSPA for making that change. Thank you.
Okay, other question to Dr. Ganga? Please, Anil.
Hello, thank you very much for your presentation. I am Haluk Anil, formerly at Bristol University Veterinary School. I went to Sri Lanka and just came back 2 weeks ago as a tourist. But you talked about Colombo, but we went all over the place to Kandy and north and south, central area, most of the areas to visit. We saw a lot of dogs, like the ones that you showed in your first slide. Same kind of dogs. They seem to be very friendly, very placid, and people seem to be treating them not badly. But I think I'd like to bring to the attention of everyone here that a lot of these dogs we saw didn't have any colors, didn't have any tags, but most of them had very severe flea and mite infestations, and very severe alopecia and suffering. I think something else has to be done about them, because I didn't really see any evidence of anything being done for these animals. Thank you.
Actually, thank you for your explanation. And yes, we need to improve the welfare status of the animals in Sri Lanka. During our project period, we treated for mange and we treated for all the other conditions. And during the Colombo project, we were able to improve the welfare status of animals in Colombo. Unfortunately, we don't have funds, and even the other organizations working in Sri Lanka to improve animal welfare, they don't have sufficient funds to do a mass-scale improvement in the animal welfare. But at the same time, we are doing huge education programs to improve responsible pet ownership, so that the people will be more responsible in treating roaming dogs.